Today we will be talking to a successful businesswoman and mother of two, Miss Corazon Uytiepo, or as the community likes to call her, Tita Cora. Tita Cora, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, as always, this it's good you came here. We have time together. Why ni siya na?
So first, to start off our interview, I will ask, how did you come to the choice of being a real estate broker?
Oh, that's a great question, a real estate broker, I really find it's a fun-filled career. I'm not pressured. I have my own time. I am the boss of my time. Plus, of course, the target is to get a vast income without, not a fixed income, of course. Because if you're in real estate, if you're industrious, to look for buyers and the properties you can offer to the buyer. Wow.
Next question. In what way would you say a real estate broker is successful?
I think you can be considered as successful if you make a lot of deals without any pressures and you help other people because of the income and the transactions you close. Well, that makes me successful, I think. And one, of course, I consider myself successful because I've closed transactions worth millions, not just millions, hundreds of millions. Secret.
So would you say that a real estate broker would be successful to the amount he or she has gained, or like or is it through the number of successful transactions he or she has done?
Of course, partly it's really a success because of the transactions you have closed. Plus, you can be successful if you sell properties, you satisfy the needs of your buyers and your sellers. Plus, you have a good relationship with your fellow agents and brokers. You help them through the transactions you close. Well, I think that's a success to me.
But since we are here in Angeles, what has made you choose Angeles as the starting point to your being a real estate broker?
First, I am based here in Angeles. Okay. Secondly, as you know, Angeles now is a fast-growing city. You might, as of this time, I might consider Angeles as quite almost number one now in real estate, since you see, like the Green City, we are having in the very near future. Actually, we have started already a lot of developments inside Clark, and even here outside. A lot of investors now and developers are coming here in Pampanga, particularly in Angeles. We have already the SMDC, even the DMCI, they are coming in now. No, the Mega World, the Ayalas, no, like just one example, the local we have here is Mr. Willie Tan.
Oh.
He has started the house land. He has started before from 3 hectares. Now you can see he has a lot of properties here being developed already, side by side. So, like one, I've met a buyer of the property. I asked him, sir, why can't we give you properties in Bataan to develop, or here in Mabalacat or Porac or Magalang? He said, why are you looking for other places while the boxing is here in Angeles? Which is true, I think, because the international airport we have here is now really, wow, a lot of developments, a lot of hotels, even hotels now, commercials are coming in. The boxing is here in Angeles. A lot of projects of our government now, they're eyeing now the Clark International Airport.
You mentioned Bataan. So like, what makes Angeles different from other places when it comes to being a real estate broker?
Well, Angeles, as I said, is a fast-growing city, no? I might consider here in Pampanga, in Region 3, that Angeles is number one. Because we have here the international airport. Unlike those others, or just but here a lot of foreigners are coming in.
So, but is it harder to start out here in Angeles than other places?
No, we have fun-filled activity here in Angeles. We are enjoying showing our properties here around Clark, no? And seeing the development, the fast development here. Like before, we started just here in the Koreatown area, the Friendship. We started here from 2,000 per square meter. In just, 2 to 3 years, it's almost 70,000 per square meter now along the Friendship Highway. So you see, just a month or a couple of months, the property is fastly getting high, no? The prices. So you see the developments really.
But even if it is booming, were there struggles you faced during your time starting out as a real estate broker?
When I started, a lot of tears rolled up in my eyes. It's really hard to find real buyers, no, and direct buyers, because sometimes you just meet just agents also and brokers. They pretend they are as if they are the buyers, but yet they're just looking for properties to offer to the real buyers. So it's really a struggle to find direct buyers which you can offer your property, and the direct owners who will accommodate you and trust you to offer their property for your buyers.
How do you deal with those problems?
So just a lot of patience. Being industrious is one, and trying to be to gain the trust of your buyer and seller, showing them that you are trustworthy for their interest, no, for their investments, and it's not just like that. It's also you have to know when you deal with a real estate broker. It's not just selling or buying you are catering to the selling and buying of your clients, but you must have to know the history of the properties, the problems with the properties, no? The trace back, that you know, what's the problem with these bigger properties like the farms, the farmlets to develop. You have to know if it is a CLOA or is it converted already, or the owners have paid their real estate taxes, the estate taxes of like the owner is deceased already. You have to know if they paid the estate taxes, and even the siblings. You have to know your property, if how many are the owners, if all the siblings have the authority for you to sell their property if they're around. Because just one, if you don't know how to go with these dealings of the real properties, even though you are just brokers or agents, you have the obligation to give the truthfulness of the property you are selling. You must be honest to your buyers. If you have seen some problems on the property, you have to disclose that to your buyer. And on the other side, in my part, if I saw a problem in the property, I recommend or I suggest to the owners, what are we going to do with the property to solve the problems before we sell the property. I suggest things to the sellers.
So when choosing properties, how do you scrutinize with those transactions?
You have to scrutinize if they are, because sometimes we can encounter they said they are buyers, but when you scrutinize, Actually, they are just looking for the listings of the properties. They don't have, so they don't have the capacity. So you must check if they said they are the buyer. You should check if they really have the capacity to buy the property. What terms are they going to? Because it's not just closing. You the one as the real estate broker or agent. You must know the background of your buyer also. Because of course the seller is asking, oh, what kind of buyer is this? Is there a girl, or they are just looking for my property, or we might have some problems during or within the paying period. So being the broker, you have the responsibility also for that. Putting your owners to problems later on with the buyer, it affects on you. Okay.
So how about, are there any firms here in Angeles where a real estate broker can start off in?
Yeah, we have plenty like this houselands, no? Houseland. They have now, they are developers, so they will look for properties. So you can start there, we just offer the property, and if they like, they cut. So that's a starting good point already. We have also a lot of developers already here. Even the small ones now, they are trying, there are small investors already trying from 1 hectare to 2 hectares. No? All you need is just connections, referrals. So we have plenty of investors already here, beside of those coming from Manila and everything. Sometimes because of this fast-growing competition in Angeles with the business investments, the people now, even the Angeleños, are seeing that opportunity.
So, because of all that, so can one really say that becoming a real estate broker here in Angeles would be a good choice?
Oh yes, it is really fun-filled, fun-filled choice being a real estate broker. We just, when you sell property, since we are not pressured of our time, we are not pressured to, oh, you have to do this and do that. You are your boss of your own. We take it lightly. As long as we enjoy tripping to those properties we are looking for our buyers, and I find it fun-filled. Real estate brokerage. You are not forced to sit down in an office for 8 hours or 10 hours for work while you look for properties outside. You enjoy, you see things, you meet different kinds of people, no? And you adjust to the moods of the people. You are learning and enjoying at the same time. Plus the income, of course, the number one factor.
Okay. So I guess after explaining all of that, so finally, to summarize, what would you like to say to people who are aspiring to be a successful real estate agent here in Angeles?
All I can say, in everything we do, first, put God first. In everything, in every transactions, I mean, before we talk to the buyer and to the seller, me and my kumari, of course, my partner in real estate, we usually, even where we are, Mars, we have to go to church first to ask guidance, ask the help of ask the help of God for the transactions, because we're nothing. Though how hard we try to close or have a deal without Him first, of course, I think nothing would happen. It's God first. Ask the guidance of the Holy Spirit and ask the guidance of God and the intercession of Mama Mary. I also ask for the intercession of my young sister who passed away. God first, in everything we do.
I guess that is all the questions I have for you, Tita. Thank you so much for your time. I hope we can talk again sometime.
Yeah, thank you so much also for the time and the trust for the interview. Okay, thank you.